AmberHeard in troubles. Johnny Depp still in legal battles. Johnny Depp sued Jake Bloom in 2017, allegedly that the attorney had improperly collected more than $30 million in legal fees, and Bloom agreed to pay an eight-figure amount to settle the case. Thanks to previous legal issues, an endless river of evidence keeps flowing up from the past, obliterating the lies Amber Heard and her co-conspirator friends told under oath to support her abuse hoax in 2016. In both UK and US, the penalty for perjury, false statement made under oath, defrauding the court to obtain a temporary restraining order, manufacturing and submitting fake evidence is prison. Depp is currently suing the News Group newspaper over an article in The Sun that called him a wife-beater in the UK. And a second suit will move forward in a Virginia court over a Washington Post op-ed in which Heard described her alleged experiences as a domestic violence victim without naming Depp. A judge ruled earlier this month that the case would not be dismissed, as Heard had requested. Facts about Nadia, the tiger with COVID-19 from the Bronx Zoo. Probably you already know the headlines about the tiger, but she is fine and under supervision of the zoo team. Now here are additional facts that you probably didn't know about that tiger species. The test for the virus was made in a veterinary school laboratory and was not the same test used for people. Its scientific name is Panthera tigris jacksoni, with the exception of within Malay, and which is called Panthera tigris malayensis because they don't agree with the scientific name provided. They can swim. They are called in Malaysia as Pak Belang, which literally means Mr. Stripes. The tiger is a specialized hunter of large hoof mammals. Humans are not part of their diet, although there have been occasional cases of tiger attacks. Malayan tigers have been classified as critically endangered species under the UCN Red List with less than 200 left in the wild. As a symbol of bravery, charm, and regality, it is deservedly honored and depicted in the coat of arms of Malaysia. Malayan tigers tend to be smaller than Bengal tigers. For more facts, visit the free ebook in the description. CIA declassified more documents about UFOs for your paranoic delight. A recent update of the CIA webpage includes new documents available for the public. They also have selected and divided 10 documents in two groups: Top 5 CIA documents for believers and Top 5 CIA documents for skeptics. You can even find additional info like an official guide for how to investigate a flying saucer directly on their site. Also, this adds more data to the previously released program CREST, the CIA records search tool, and that is the publicly accessible repository of the subset of CIA records reviewed under the 25 years program in electronic format. All links in the description section of the video. Visit ancient Egypt without leaving your couch. Are you tired of being on the same place and you dream to be a bit of a Indiana Jones? Well, now you can visit the tombs of the ancient Egypt using virtual reality on your PC, phone, tablet, VR set, or Google Cardboard. There are 6 tombs including Ramesses VI and 2 temples, including the one of Isis, the fertility goddess. You must visit describingegypt.com. You will select which tour you want to make. The resulting quality of the images are incredible, and the tour includes additional information of every section. And even better, if you find a really quiet dark place, put your headphones and start the tour. I'm sure you will feel an interesting suspense during the whole experience. I dare you to visit the tombs and let me know how it felt. Anyway, it's not like you have a busy agenda. The link is also below in the description. Wimbledon organizers may get $141 million from the pandemic insurance. The world's most famous tennis tournament has been cancelled for the first time since the World War II due to the pandemic. But that will be significantly offset because Wimbledon officials took out pandemic insurance at $3.2 million a year after the 2002 SARS outbreak. The club's Risk and Finance Subcommittee is in charge with assessing all potential risk to the annual tournament, including global pandemics, terrorist attacks, and even the death of a monarch, which would thrust the country into a time of national mourning. I don't think it's unrealistic to say that there may not be more tennis this year, but I would like to think that things will settle down so that the tournaments can be played sooner rather than later, said Richard Lewis, the outgoing chief executive of Wimbledon. The recently cancelled 2020 British Open is also covered by pandemic insurance. NASA contemplates turning a moon crater into a giant, powerful telescope. It is an ultra-long wavelength radio telescope. The Moon Telescope project is one of the 23 concepts that receive part of a $7 million investment. Other concepts include investigating solar sails, lunar landing pads, and a robotic explorer for Saturn's moon Enceladus. As per the plans, moon rovers will pull out a wire mesh of 1 kilometer across inside of a lunar crater that could be up to 5 kilometers in diameter. A suspended receiver in the center of the crater would complete the system. Everything could be automated without any human operators, which would in turn mean a lighter and less expensive payload for the project to literally get off the ground. The main benefits are: it can observe frequencies below 30 MHz, which has not been explored by humans until the present. The moon acts as a physical shield from radio interference noises from Earth-based sources. With 1 kilometer in diameter, will be the largest field aperture radio telescope in the solar system. The world has less billionaires in 2020, but Jeff Bezos is still the richest. There are 2,095 billionaires today, down from 2,153 in 2019, according to Forbes Billionaire list for 2020 published this week. They're also slightly poorer on average, with a combined net worth of $8 trillion, down from the $8.5 trillion last year. Amazon CEO is noted to be worth $113 billion, sitting at the top of the list for the third time running, even after Bezos recently paid $38 billion to ex-wife Mackenzie Bezos as part of their divorce. Microsoft founder Bill Gates is number 2 again, with an estimated personal net worth of $98 billion, an increase of $1.5 billion from 2019. Google's Larry Page and Sergey Brin with the 50 million fortunes are in the 13th and 14th place. You can check out the full 2020 index of the world's billionaires in the link in the description. Streaming services pushing the future of entertainment. There is room for more streaming services, and Disney and Apple both have the potential to disrupt the current leader, Netflix, and its closest rival, Amazon. Figures from Statista suggest Netflix will still be the market leader over the next 5 years. Estimating it will have 219 million subscribers worldwide by 2024, 38 more than it currently has. Netflix is expected to maintain a comfortable lead over its rivals, with Amazon Prime Video expected to trail by some margin and is forecast to hold 1/4 of the entire market. However, Disney Plus is expected to build significant momentum over its initial years and become a contender. Statista suggests that Disney could capture 82 million subscribers by 2024, equal to about 80% of the market, recently reached the 50 millions this month. However, Apple is expected to remain a big player with less than 1%. More details emerge from the new Minecraft dungeons. Only a month and a bit away from launching, here are some known features so far. There are no classes, so your character build is solidly based on your equipment and the enchantments attached to them. There's no weapon crafting, so everything is based around the enchantment system. Enchantments aren't strictly for players. Mobs can also use them and cause devastating havoc. All the loot that you collect is yours to keep, meaning everyone in the party gets their fair share of gear. Players can choose the difficulty level with the threat slider. Each level begins with an opening cutscenes and voiceover narrative explaining the mission and what you have to do to complete it. It will have two different editions, the base game edition and the Hero edition, which includes two sets of DLC. The Minecraft Dungeons open beta is still ongoing, with the full release hitting all platforms on May 26. This is all this week. You can also watch the emissions via YouTube and Instagram channels, or listen to podcasts using Spotify, Google Podcasts, or SoundCloud. In a humble manner, we announce that we are so far 6 subscribers, with 4 new members, and thanks for that. See you on the next episode. This is Rash for re.brevis.